All right, guys, welcome back. All right, so we're going to continue the patterns phase three. And we already went over rectangles. We already went over how to trade ascending triangles, descending triangles, symmetrical triangles, double tops, and double bottoms. Now we're going to go over how to trade my personal favorite patterns, the head and shoulder patterns that can be inverted and standard head and shoulder patterns. So head and shoulder patterns are honestly probably, to me, the best indication of where price wants to go towards. The best, because they occur on extremely high time frames and it's over a long period of time that price does it. For example, it has to create the left shoulder, right shoulder, and the head. That's a long price point data point that price must create. So it gives a strong indication that price wants to sell. So we're going to start with head and shoulders. All right, again, I'm going to give you rules, I'm going to give you definitions, and I'm going to give you how to notice them. I have head and shoulders a little bit different. You guys might like it. So a head and shoulders, H. Let me do the H and S. Oh, sorry. Is that the and sign? H and S. So head and shoulders pattern. This is a bearish reversal signal. So that means it occurs high. If it's a bearish reversal signal, it automatically occurs high and occurs on resistance-based areas as well. Automatically understand that. The way that we're going to trade for entries, how to trade, there's two ways to trade. Enter at the top of the right shoulder, follow through to complete the leg, or enter after right shoulder breaks the neckline, wait for retest, then entry, which is also a good thing that we can do as well. So this occurs on high points. That's automatic. If it occurs on high points, that means it's hitting a level of resistance to then reverse. So now I'm going to show you 3 ways on how to find head and shoulders. And same thing with like double bottoms and double tops. Some are stronger than the others. So the first one is your standard one. It is just simple. Left head. Hold on. Sorry, guys. So you have left head, left shoulder, then you have head, then you have right shoulder. This is your standard one because the neckline is pretty much the same. Typically, you have to understand your right shoulder is never going to be bigger than your left shoulder. Because if it is, then it's not necessarily your head and shoulders, typically cockeyed. You know, it's like imagine your shoulders are all shrugged up. So typically the left and right shoulder would line up, and that's why it's easy to gauge where price would go towards because it hits this level of resistance. Okay? So the way to trade it would be, this is your common one. You would enter on the right shoulder, and whatever the head to the neckline equals in terms of pips is what after it breaks the neckline will equal. So you have an idea. The shoulder to neckline and past it, if it were to break it, would be the amount of pips you would catch in this move. Okay? In this push. This is the first type of head and shoulders. Your second one is a little bit weaker. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Why is this weaker? Because you still have higher lows being formed. Before this happened, you couldn't necessarily know that price is going to do that. You would have to probably be in a very, very strong area. Obviously, a lot of price action showing you. It would take time around here. You would get something like this. You know, it wouldn't just go like that. Very rarely. Because since it's still uptrending, it's going to take time and then it's going to fall. This one is weaker. Why? Because higher lows are still being formed. As long as higher lows are still being formed, that means that price wants to continue going up. So it's a harder move to catch. If it's on a weekly high or monthly high, then it might be a little bit easier to catch. You'd be surprised. And the final one, which is the strongest one, is left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And why is this the strongest one? You guys might ask. Well, very simple. It breaks structure. It broke the higher low. Since the higher low is broken, price is just retesting. It's literally just doing break retest. It broke the neckline. It already did everything it has to do. This is the strongest one. And this is the way you're going to notify them. Just very simple. This is all you have to find. Higher high, higher high, lower high. Once you're able to see that, that is everything. You have it. That's all you have to see, and I'm going to show you. I'm not joking. Once you're able to see higher high, and you can see it here. Higher high, lower high. Once you're able to find that in the market, the rest is history. That's all you have to do for head and shoulders. Focus on the high points. Do not focus on the neckline. Focus on the high points in the market. Okay? High points in the market. And you'll find them. You see? This you can say is a double top, or you could say it's kind of like a descending triangle. Price push towards the downside. Let me see if we can find another one. Double top here. Double top. If you want on a smaller time frame, you could say that's kind of like a head and shoulder. Oh, right here. You could definitely see it. Higher high. Higher high. I'm grouping that together. Lower high. You can do separate if you want, but I'm just grouping that together. Again, if it makes sense to me, it's what matters. Understand that. That's how you trade because it makes sense to you. Nobody else is going to trade for you. You need to be able to come up with your own confirmation to enter your trade. Here, very simple. This one's just elongated. But to me, when I was here, I would have entered this. I would have entered the trade. See, so here, different confirmations. Head and shoulders, one confirmation. Lower high, another confirmation. Resistance turn support, another confirmation. Trend lines being hit, a third. Like that's 4 confirmations to enter the sell. That's a head and shoulders. Here, left head, right shoulder. Higher high, lower high. Sell. And you can find them on, again, any time frame. It does not matter. It does not matter what pair. Every pair will have head and shoulders. It is one of the most common ones to find. Left head, right shoulder. Sell. You see it? Higher high, lower high. Sell. One of the most common patterns and strongest patterns as well. You just have to be able to open up your mind a bit and you can see them. Left head, right shoulder. Sell. Higher high, lower high. Sell. Higher high, lower high. Sell. On any time frame, guys. I'm going to go to the M30 so you can see it on the 30-minute time frame. Higher high, lower high. Sell. Some are going to be more perfect than others. Some are going to look prettier than others. Does not mean, do not take away the validity of it just because of that. I can't scroll that far back, it looks like. As you can see, there's different confirmations why you enter cells as well. You're never going to have the same confirmation. You see these wicks. To me, it's perfect. Higher high, lower high. Sell. For me, this is what I see, and this is what I want you guys to be able to identify. Understand wicks on a smaller time frame is a bullish candle than a bearish candle, right? Like a wick means that price shot up and came back down. And again, I'm going to go over wicks in a little bit after we do patterns now, so then you can start putting everything together. Again, higher high, lower high. I'm going to show you on a bigger scale, how do they look like? Higher high, lower high. Higher high, lower high. Now this one, I'm just grouping it all together. I'm grouping this as the left shoulder, this as the head, and then this as the right shoulder. You can also say this is a descending triangle. Very simple. Left head, right shoulder. Like that we could see, right? That we should be able to see. Left head, right shoulder. We can see that as well. We see this, correct? Very simple, guys. Higher high, lower high. Same principle. Other confirmation, price is just riding the lower highs to continue to push down. Multiple confirmations, multiple reasons, you know. Just understanding lower highs, trend lines, and pattern, I would have sold it. I did not need to know that price is ranging. I did not need to see price action by these wick areas. Just understanding price is at a certain price point you can enter too. Here, multiple. Here's multiple. Here's 2 and 1. You have higher high, lower high, sell, or you can just group this together. Higher high, lower high, sell. Another descending triangle to push towards the downside. Multiple reasonings why price wants to sell. You understand? Lower, another one, just very simple, another one. Higher high, lower high, sell. One of the strongest pattern confirmations that the market actually gives, and it gives it throughout. It always gives it. It never fails to give it. It always gives it, guys. A very, very strong confirmation, a very, very strong pattern that I personally use, and it's one of my favorite. I use it all the time. All the time. As much as possible, I will use head and shoulder patterns. It is one of my most accurate ones, and it's one of my favorites. So, like, let's check this one out, too. This is a simple one. You guys should be able to see it already. Higher high, lower high, broke, came back, retest. So now if we look at it from here to here, break neckline, where is it going to go? To the zone. It needs to push. It needs to push down. You understand? Some people say it's from here to here, which will line pretty much up. I like to say it's past the neckline. I like to say from the head to the neckline is what past the neckline will give you, is that leg extension is going to give you. Left head, right shoulder, sell. You guys see it? Just very simple. The best pattern, one of the strongest confirmations, one of the ones I love to use the most. Again, 3 pushes, just very simple. Higher high, lower high. Just understanding this and seeing some wick rejection, I would enter the market. And now maybe you guys are understanding why I like to do higher time frames, because they show you stronger areas in the market and they show you stronger price data points. If you're dealing with 15-minute, 5-minute, 30-minute, the market moves a lot faster and those support and resistance areas are not as strong. So this is definitely the route to go. Okay, guys? The next pattern, we spoke about the head and shoulders. Now we're going to talk about the inverted head and shoulders. So unlike the head and shoulders, the inverted head and shoulders occurs low. So it's called a inverted head and shoulders. I actually spell it out for you guys. This occurs low, meaning it occurs on support-based areas in the market. Okay? This is a bullish reversal signal. So what does that mean? That means that this signals that buyers are going to enter the market to push towards the top side. Same thing, how to trade. You have 2 different ways to trade it. Enter on the right shoulder, stop loss below head, or enter after neckline is broken for continuation sell. Okay? So I'm going to show you the 3 ways to do a inverted head and shoulders as well. Exactly like a head and shoulders, you have multiple ways to do this. So the first one is simple, your standard one. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Why is this the common one? Because the neckline is the same. The highs are the same. Left, head, right shoulder. Lower low, higher low. That is correct. Your third one, your second one, which is a little bit weakest, is lower low, higher low. This tends to happen after you see price action. Let's say the head was on a weekly time frame and it's a massive wick and price is now starting to come down. Like I'll actually be able to show you one right now, possibly that's forming right now so you guys can understand it. And the reason why this is weaker, again, same premise. It's forming lower highs. Since it's forming lower highs, price is still more bearish than anything else. Again, this is going to take time. This is not going to just, this one might react extremely fast. This is going to take time to do that turn. So we might see a few consolidation candles here and then a strong push towards the top side. And the final one, which is the strongest one, is lower low, lower low, higher low. Why is this the strongest one? Well, very simple, price break structure. The high was broken and now it's created into a higher low, meaning now price is trending towards the top side. That is why this is the strongest one. A higher low is being formed. And now this is very simple. Lower low, higher low. You can find this everywhere. Like, look, like, you're very simple. I'm pretty sure you guys can see it already. Lower low, higher low, buy, double bottom, 1, 2, buy, lower low, higher low, buy. You guys see it? Again, you can find them on any time frame. Here, on a small time frame, group this together. Lower low, higher low, buy. Let's go to gold. Another reason why gold shot up the way it did. This is not necessarily a head and shoulders in that one here, but this zone you could say it is if you want. You could say all this is a head and shoulders, and I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm fine with calling that a head and shoulders. You can see it. It's just a prolonged head and shoulders. Lower low, higher low, buy. You know, you just have to be ambiguous. You have to be able to see ambiguous. Sorry about that. I don't even know what that word means. You just have to be able to see the market in any way. You know, just adapt your eyes to seeing the market. Lower low, higher low, buy. Lower low, higher low, buy. For head and shoulders, higher high, lower high, sell. Lower low, higher low, buy. Very simple, guys. Extremely simple pattern. Extremely accurate. Yes. Does it take some time? Yes. Do you have to be patient? Of course you do. But Forex is one of those things that patient pays. Very simple. Here, another one. Understand that the neckline, you see how the neckline might not always look the same, you know, but it's not about that. As long as you have this, everything else does not matter to me. That is it. That is a head and shoulders. Even here, left, head, right shoulder. You see how this and this are the same, but you see how that's bigger? By the wicks, that is a head and shoulders in my book. Bye. And now let's look at these pushes. This is AJ. It doesn't move a lot. 100 pips. Now let's say we go into a real pair. Not a real pair, but a pair that actually moves extremely fast. You know, something that I like. Look at this one. Look at this move. Maybe you guys could see it already. I hope so. Hope you guys see it. Why was this such an easy buy? Anybody should have saw this move. Like, that was ridiculously easy. And look how many pips it did. 125. 125. You see what I'm saying? Look how many pips it did. 130 pips. Come on now. And that was such an easy move. That was a simple move. Here. Lower low, higher low. Group this together. And I want you to see something interesting here. So this one, again, you have to. That's why price action is so good, because you're able to basically make things up, but it needs to come with rules and guidelines. So check it out. I'm going to show you something interesting. This is multiple confirmations. Besides the fact that it's at a low point, it's also a ascending triangle. So it's a inverted head and shoulders on a higher low, on a low of support. Higher lows are being formed. Trend line is broken. Come on. Easy buys. Easy. Extremely easy buys. And you can see it throughout on any time frame. On any time frame, you can see it. You can see them on as big as the 4 hour. You can see it as small as the 30-minute. Here, this is a head and shoulders. Left, head, right shoulder. We see that, right? Left. So hold on, guys. Sorry. Left, head, right shoulder. Massive push towards the top side, buy. Head and shoulder patterns are, again, to me, the strongest patterns that you will find in the Forex market. They occur on every single pair. They occur on every time frame. To gauge how many pips you go, you literally just do the head to neckline up. It's a no-brainer pattern. It's a strong structure pattern. You understand? This is structure because it takes time to make all three of those points. And the best way to find it, if it's a head and shoulders, again, higher high, higher high, lower high. If it's an inverted head and shoulder, again, lower low, lower low, higher low. All right, guys. The next video that I'm going to cover is going to be on flags, and then that will complete the pattern portion of this, and we enter phase 4. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Any questions, just let me know.